Welcome to Pasyans Show channel, where me, together with my friends Matt, Chrissy, Veselko and Sertekos, trying to cover all the games from the PNP Solitaire contest 2021 from Board Game Geek. Please welcome to the description to this video. There you will find the links to the channels of my friends and the links to the videos which they make this week. From my side this week is a game which is called Super Mecha Battling Arena FMJ, a solitaire robot gladiatorial game of the future by Kelvin Song. It's a very interesting game with the rulebook of 19 pages, but it has a lot of very nicely done illustrations, so it's not that complicated. Let me read out the story of this game because I find it rather entertaining. In the distant future, as war rages on the entire quadrant of space, a blood sport tournament called Super Mecha FMJ Battling is the latest entertainment crazed. FMJ Full Metal Jaggers are single-piloted bipedal mecha developed during the 50 Years' War between the Imperial League of Planets and the United Space Federation, and it's the most versatile military combat fighting machine in the galaxy. As the FMJs becomes more accessible to planetary aristocrat houses, mercenary groups and even bounty hunters, local planetary governments have started hosting FMJ gladiatorial combat tournaments as a way of entertainment to distract the people from the war and weed out potential rebellion within their planets. You are a cadet in the FMJ pilot training school of the Imperial Army. You are then suddenly thrown into the FMJ gladiatorial world when you inherited a Spartan mecha team that your late grandfather has been running. You will have to win battle after battle in this FMJ tournament to upgrade your FMJ in order to survive the next round and to gain more favor in ranking and to bring honor to your family name, and by avenging your grandfather by killing the person responsible for his death. So that's the story. Now you understand what this game is about. So yes, we are riding this interesting mechanism which is called Mecha Jagger. Yeah, Full Metal Jagger, and we will have to fight some other machines driven by those pilots like Mad Dog, Jack the Ripper, Cinder, Speedstar Angelina, and the Destructor. The goal of this game is to defeat this final boss, so to say, the Destructor, most strong of course, and also gain 10 points of popularity. In this game they are called favor points. We start with 2 favor points and we must gain 10 of those favor points. We also start the game with 2,000 credits, the money in this space world. We also start with 2 weapons that we have. Actually we have only one weapon, which is called Auto Reaper Cannon, and we can assign this cannon either to our left or right arm. You see here we have number 2 and 4. It corresponds to hard points. We have 4 hard points, 2 arms and 2 shoulders. So 2 and 4 are our arms, and we, for example, can put it to arm number 2. We will hold this Auto Reaper Cannon. Our right arm is empty and it is mentioned here as the Metal Punch. So we mention on our playing area that our right arm is Metal Punch and it is empty, but we can fight with this. In general, this game is divided into 3 main phases: market phase, FMJ weapon setup phase, and battle phase. During market phase we can spend our money to buy additional weapon. Here we have our weapon deck and we have different weapons, but not all weapons are available for us. For example, this missile pod is available for us because it requires 0 favor. We are on the level of 2 favor, so this weapon is available for us. It costs 1000 credits or 2000 credits, which is not very clear for me from the point of view of the rules. It says that for secondary weapon it costs 2000, but I don't it's not quite clear if it is a secondary or what kind of weapon it is. Anyway, I think I will try to buy this, and I will buy this for 1000 credits, and I will put it, I can put it either to shoulder 1 or shoulder 3, left or right one. I will put it, it doesn't matter actually, I will put it to shoulder 1. So over here I will have my missile pod, and I mark it here that I have spent 1000 credits. Moreover, I can spend my credits to buy some equipment. For example, I can buy Lucky Charm that can help me evade enemy shooting. I can buy early warning system, which also can help me to evade one shooting attack, or I can buy 2 proto mines. There is other equipment here, but it costs more favor, so it requires a higher level of favor to buy this. And that's not all. Also, we have here a deck of private houses. It's like sponsorship, but we must pay money for this. So for example, I can spend 1000 credits, my last 1000 credits, to try to have this private house favor. This private house has a certain task. For me, for example, this one, keep moving instead of staying stationary for 4 turns. And if I will complete this task, then I will gain, in the end of the battle, I will gain 1 extra favor or additional 2000 credits. Additionally, during the battle, this sponsor will drop some additional weapon to the battleground. This is the battleground. I will explain it to you how it works later. Moreover, if you are if your level of favor is 6 and higher, I can turn this card to the event side and read out what kind of event happens. In the rules it says sometimes the events can be positive or negative. So I think I will do this. I will spend my last 1000 credits to invest in this sponsorship. I will try to complete this task. It's not very difficult. Okay, that's the market phase. We also have to choose what kind of enemy we will fight, and in this case we should have a look at the bottom of the cards. It says right to fight. In this case 2 favors, 3 favors, 6, 5 and 10. So it's absolutely clear that the only person we can fight in the beginning of the game is this one, whose name is Mad Dog. Mad Dog, if we will win battle against him, will give us 2000 credits and 2 favor. He also has his own mecha. Our machines, they have different type of weight. For example, this is medium frame. We also have a medium frame. We can upgrade our medium frame into light frame. It has less defense, but it moves faster. We'll start with the medium frame as well as our opponent. It also has some equipment very similar to ours. It has this missile pod on top, and we can mark his weapon on his card. Missile pod, auto reaper cannon as well here, and he also has this, what's it called, the power axe. The power axe in his right hand or left hand is something what he is specializes it, because he has a special power which is called Berserker. He charges before head-to-head battle. So his melee attack is what he likes best. His frame has some health points, and it is 6, as well as our mecha. It also has 6 health points. But every weapon that it has also acts as a health point. So my health point is 6 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 9, as well as my opponent is also 9. So to defeat my opponent, I need to bring him 9 points of damage. Our battle will go on this field. We mark our opponent with a red cube, and he starts here in his bay. We start here in our bay, and here the battle begins. The battle itself is divided into 7 steps: player movement, draw a terrain card, enemy movement, player action, player shooting, enemy shooting, simultaneous head-to-head combat, and then we repeat the sequence. Player movement. The movement is determined by the move number, which is written on the card of the frame, and we can move 1, 2, or 3, or we can even stay. But if you stay, you become an easier target for your enemy. So moving is the best strategy, to my opinion. And moreover, we have this task from our house, the sponsor. So we will move. I think I will move for 1, 2, 3 areas. Well, let's move for 2 areas, for example. Then the next step, draw a terrain card. This is a terrain deck. Actually, this is kind of a deck of our opponent. So we open his card, and it says Proto Land Mines. So this area is booby trapped with proto mines. We must roll a die, and on a roll of 4 and above, we will suffer 1 damage. Let's do this. Let's roll our die, and we roll 5. So we suffer 1 damage, unfortunately. Moreover, this card determines for how far this opponent moves. We look at this picture here, and it says 1, so our opponent moves for 1. And this was already step number 3, enemy movement. Then we go for player action step. We have ability to do 2 actions during 1 turn, and it is written here. So we can either shoot and head-to-head, or we can select 1 tactic. So it means that we can either shoot and 1 tactic, or head-to-head and 1 tactic, or shoot and head-to-head. That's it. I think I will choose shooting, and since we will probably not be able to have a head-to-head action here, because we are not head-to-head action may happen only if you are on the adjacent areas. I will choose 1 tactic, which is called booster spin. During enemy shooting phase, FMJ pilot may roll d6 and move 1 zone, and then the movement is determined by the result of the dice roll. So I will choose this. You can use your cubes to mark which actions you've chosen. So this was the player's action step. Then we move to player's shooting. We look at our weapon and see this indicator here which says zone. It means for how long this weapon has ability to shoot. For example, Auto Reaper cannon can shoot for the distance of 2. It means that our Auto Reaper cannon is not able to get this opponent, but the missile pod can, because it shoots from 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough, so we can roll 1 die for this missile pod. Another spot here says attack 1. It means that during 1 round we can use this weapon only once. And so how shooting happens: we take 1 die, roll it, and we combine the result on the die with the indicator which says strength on the weapon card. In this case, this is 5 plus 5, it means 10, And then we compare this sum with the defense level of our opponent. Our opponent has the defense level of 8. It means that we are higher. It means that we made one hit for the opponent. So his health point, his frame health point becomes 5 now. Now enemy shooting. We remember that we have this booster spin. During enemy shooting phase, pilot may roll d6 to move, and then we should move somewhere. Let's roll it. We have 5, and 5 says away from opponent. Also, our opponent will have -1 to all enemy shooting to hit rolls. So we step back. Let's have a look at his weapon. His missile pod can shoot for zone 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He still hits us. His cannon is cannot do anything here. He also has this battle axe, and by the way, his special ability is charge. When it says charge, it means that it moves one step closer to us. Anyway, we will not have any head-to-head battle this round. So he will use only his missile pod as well as I did. So we roll for the enemy. And in this case, he rolled 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 is less than our defense, which is 8. Moreover, we have -1 to all enemy shooting. Well, anyways, he missed us, which is good. And then we go for step number 6, simultaneous head-to-head combat, but we don't have it. We go to step number 7, repeat sequence. So we start from step number 1, player movement. Again, we must decide how we will move. I will move for 3 areas this turn, 1, 2, 3. Now let's draw the terrain card. In is open ground, which is not very good, because open area we are very open to the opponent. It says -1 to FMJ defense during enemy shooting, and our opponent moves by 3. He always moves towards us, and if it says 3, then it moves for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now player actions. Player action. I think I will choose this time shooting and head-to-head battle as well. We start with player shooting, and we will use our auto reaper cannon because it can shoot from 0 to 2 zones. So I'll roll my die, and it's only 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 is not enough, unfortunately. Then I use my missile pod. Missile pod is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is more than his defense, so I managed to hit him. Now, enemy shooting. He has missile and the cannon as well as I do, so he starts with his, for example, with his cannon. I have -1 defense, which is not very good. It's 6. Yes, he definitely managed to hit me. Now he uses his missile pod, and it is 4. 4 plus 5, also more than my defense. So I'm at level 3 of hit points. Now, simultaneous head-to-head combat. My opponent moves for 1 step closer to me because he is charging. And now the head-to-head simultaneous. So, for example, this is me hitting him with my metal punch, and no, I'm not lucky this turn, and my opponent hits with his axe, which is stronger than mine, but it's only 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. Well, his axe didn't work this time. Good. And then we continue. Well, I think I will not show you the whole battle. I think you understand how it works. When you completely destroy his frame and hit him again, you start to destroy his weapons, and you may start with the most valuable for him, like his axe, for example, or his missile pod, and when you completely destroy all his weapons, this enemy becomes defeated, you get the reward, and then you get additional money. Here you also get additional money and favor points from private houses. Some terrain cards, they have event. In this case, you open the event card and read what it says here. For example, this time it's a power failure, arena lights are down, all units roll d6 3 or higher for shooting visibility. You also have the ability to spend favor points to turn negative events into positive events. In this case, you just read what it says here. So for example, if you spend 1 favor point, which we have 2 in the beginning, we can spend 1 favor point to ignore those this darkness in this case. Earning money and spending money, you can get additional weapon, equip weapon to different points, hard points. We have here, for example, this RX launcher, which occupies 2 hard points at the same time, 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. It means that it occupies the whole arm, including shoulder. And this RX launcher, it has 2 attacks, so you can attack twice during the step shooting, player shooting. And this is how this game is played. I like this game very much because I like how this game is designed. Maybe the only drawback which I see is that sometimes this game takes too long time, because every battle takes a lot of time, and then and also you have to pay attention to different little things, to read all the small text on every card, because sometimes different things affect different situations. For example, I completely forget to read this special, for example, for Auto Reaper. You may use special rounds, or for example, this missile pod, you can ignore rubble terrain when stationary zone 0 to 5. So it's not very easy to follow all those little rules written on the cards, but everything rest is very interesting. I very much like the idea of the game, and I very much like this the way how this game is organized. You only have the cards, and I always like the cards game. Even the battle arena here is just a little card, and you move your pieces here, which is, yeah, very nice. So if you like this game as well, please try to print it out for yourself. The link to this game will be in the description to my video. And with this, I thank you very much for watching, and I see you next time on my channel. Watch also games from my friends from this week. That's it from my side. Thank you very much. Bye bye.